Hi, your company is participating in a trade show in Europe. Great! But do you know how much it will cost you? Today we are going to review all the expenses you have to face when exhibiting at a trade show. We will talk about prices, types of booths, services. Don't miss this info. When calculating the costs of a trade fair, there are some variables that can greatly alter the price. The costs of a basic modular exhibition stand are not the same as to those of a custom-made stand in carpentry. In the latter, the finishes also have a great influence. The duration of the fair is important. There are fairs that last 2 days, others a whole week or more. The budget is influenced by the country where the fair is held, the prices of flights and the accommodation. Finally, the prices for the construction of your booth vary a lot depending on where the fair is held and with which suppliers you work with. Let's see all this in detail. Let's start with the rental of booth space. Let's look at the prices of the Ambient Fair in Frankfurt for the year 2024. As you can see, €262 per square meter, the cheapest. To this we add about €1,000 of fees. Here you can see the prices of SIAL Paris, in France. The base price of your space is €316 plus cleaning. If you plan to exhibit with 16 square meters, or less, you will have to include a booth from the catalogue of the fair to your fee. The minimum price is from €223. Why finally we have the prices for ITMA 2023 in Milan. The first 50 square meters cost €235, to which you have to add 20% if you have 2 open sides. Which is the minimum. Trade show services are an important part of the cost of a trade show. First of all, there is the electrical power, which is the electricity you will use in your booth. Then there is the rigging, which is the service of hanging aerial elements from the ceiling of the fair. This can be a very high cost in your booth. You must contract the cleaning of your stand during the fair, water, and the assembly fee, which is a fee charged by the fair in some venues for the use of infrastructure. But these are not the only expenses. You have the empties, which is the storage of the empty boxes at the end of the assembly, the sprinklers, in case you have ceilings in your stand that hinder the fire prevention system. There is also the rental of waste containers to be used during the assembly. Don't forget the technical inspection fee, in case you have complex structures in your booth. Finally, the loading and unloading of the trucks carrying your material, products, catalogs, etc. Stay until the end of the video to see reference prices. Let's talk about the general expenses of the fair. First of all, we have the flights for all the personnel that will be in the stand. With the hotels you have to be careful because if you don't book soon you can get a scare. Take a look at the price of hotels in Frankfurt during the Ambient Fair. Thirdly, there are the per diems del personal you also have to consider as a cost of the fair marketing, promotional video, and the graphic design of brochures and images of your stand. Finally, there is the promotional material that you will hand out at your booth. It is important to have a good communication plan to maximize the visibility of your company at the fair. But you are interested in knowing how much the fair will cost you, and we are not going to delay it any longer. Here are 2 examples that can help you when planning your participation in a trade show. Let's go with the most economical case. A basic modular stand, assembled in Germany by the official supplier of the fair, has the following approximate cost. Rental of the space at €205 per square meter, in this case the cheapest space since they only have 1 open side. Cost of booth stand construction. Travel, hotel and per diem for staff. Graphic design, brochures and gifts to be given at the stand. Services, in this case the pack that comes included with the basic stand of the fair. Finally, there is the shipping of material to the fair. All this gives us a total of €14,700. Do you see it economical? Sure, it is the most basic of the basics to attend a fair. Take a look at our example number 2. The following is an average booth of 60 square meters made in the same fair. It is made in painted carpentry, carpet floor with dais and has rigging. These are the costs. Rental of the space at €205 per square meter. Construction of stand at €405 per square meter. travel, hotel, per diem, graphic design, brochures, gifts, fair services, which among others include rigging. Here is the detail. Shipment of material to the fair. All this gives us a total of €49,776. As you can see, prices can vary a lot, and it is important to do the math before the fair to avoid surprises. If you are interested in knowing the cost of your stand at any trade show in Europe, do not hesitate to contact us. We are Visual Events, and we know about fairs. Contact us.